No bell
peppers.
Is that finished? Celebrities on our show before, and our next guest is certainly no exception. You may not recognize him at first glance, but he is nationally known, and probably internationally, for his talent in the kitchen, and that is cooking up some of the best chili this side of Mexico. His name is Ed Paetzel, or known as Chill Lee, and he's from Houston, Texas, and has won numerous awards for his chili creations. He's in town this weekend to participate in a local fundraiser for gubernatorial candidate Larry Jones. He joins us today to cook up some of his secret chili. You going to tell us what you put in there?
Sure. Jackrabbit.
Jackrabbit? Seriously?
You know, well, this has got 5 pounds of jackrabbit.
You're really serious?
You know how much trouble it was getting 300 pounds of jackrabbit for this thing this weekend? How
tough was it?
Well, you have to use prime jackrabbit.
Mm-hmm. Prime jackrabbit.
You can only get prime jackrabbit at 4K Ranch. It's got to be a 3/4 blue moon and 4th equinox in the northeast corner of the 4K Ranch, and you've got to go out at 2 a.m. in the morning.
So this is rare chili.
Rare chili. And the thing about it is that you don't know, all of them aren't prime when they're sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that, earlier you mentioned I normally wear my sneakers. Today I've got my boots on. Just to let y'all know I'm from Texas.
You're right.
Anyway, so what you do, I'm wearing my sneakers, and I sneak up on the jackrabbit. And what I do is, now, you got to do this right. I do what they call pacing the bunny. I take my left arm and put it on his left shoulder. I won't do this to you, but I take my right hand, tickle his belly. And his right leg kicks, he's prime. Now that I put you on like that, no, we're using pure Kansas beef.
Great.
Today.
That's a good ingredient.
Great beef, too.
You like the lean variety?
It's what they call chili ground. And that's sort of a coarse ground about this big. Yeah, and it makes pretty good chili, I think.
The meat's important.
Extremely important.
A lot of people buy cheap meat to put in chili. That's a mistake.
If you buy a cheap steak, you get a bad steak. You buy cheap chili meat, you get bad chili.
Now, how did you get into this chili cooking business?
Oh,
kind of interesting
it's an old story. You know where I'm from?
You're from South Carolina.
Georgia.
Georgia.
I'm not an old cowboy.
Close. Close to no cigar.
Yeah, but anyway, I was working in Houston in 1970, and this buddy of mine used to invite me over on Fridays to eat chili at his office during lunch. And that year, they had the second Texas State Chili Cook-Off. He said, let's go to it. By the way, let me stir this real quickly. Right. He said, let's go to the State Chili Cook-Off. I said, Fred, I don't know anything about cooking chili, so you can be my chief stirrer. And so I did. And I went, and I wore this silly chef's hat and a silly chef's coat because, I mean, I really looked out of place. And we lost. And then we went the next year, in 71, and we lost. Then we went in 72. And we lost. And we were putting bell peppers in our chili, which you said you put in yours.
Yes, I do everything wrong. I also put kidney beans.
And my wife kept telling me, look, you don't put bell peppers in chili. I said, oh, it's wonderful with bell peppers. Well, then I formed my own team, and turn this down a little bit now. I formed my own team in 73, and we cooked. And we took third. And then in 1974, I went back, again with no bell peppers, and I became the Texas State champion for the first time.
With no bell peppers.
No bell peppers.
Is that finished and ready to go? Now, are you going to give us the recipe for this?
Yes.
All right.
While I'm dipping
tell us
this.
what all you put in there.
All right. First, let me explain one thing.
All right.
Now, this is not to say that this is the finest recipe in the world or anything else. This is just to say this is, in fact, it's not even my recipe I'm using here today because I have my spices specially blended. I have a company that actually blends the spices for me because when you're cooking 300 pounds of spices, you can't keep opening cans. And I have like 5-pound bags of spices blended. Like today, I'll be using 30 pounds of spices to cook the chili.
Wow.
Well, anyway, pretty decent recipe for 2 pounds of meat. First, you start with good chili ground meat.
Okay.
And locally, I got mine at Bell's, the superstore. Great meat. Anyway.
Right.
And he donated the meat for the chili today. Okay.
We're almost out of time. We got to hurry up.
Okay. Quickly. Okay. 2 pounds. Okay. First, 2 pounds of chili ground meat. 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. 2 tablespoons of cumin. 2 tablespoons of chili powder. 1 onion chopped up fine. 2 jalapenos chopped up fine. I use canned jalapenos. Water or beer if you want, and cook it. And that's it.
And that's it. The longer it cooks, the better it is.
It takes about 2 hours.
Right. Okay, Ed's going to be at a fundraiser this evening, and he's going to be cooking up
hundreds
tomorrow night for Larry Jones, who's running for governor, and it's happening at the Willowbanks Farms.
Right.
And it's from 5:30 until 9 p.m. Children are in for free. You can bring your kids along. You can buy tickets at the door, $25 per head. And there's the address, 14615 East Pawnee Street. Thanks so much for coming in, Ed.
Thank you very much for having me.
I'm going to go ahead and finish this up in the break, okay?
I'm loving it here.
And if anyone's interested in the recipe, we'll try and get it from Ed, and then you can write to us here. Lots more ahead on today's Kaleidoscope. We've got another $100 to give away today on the IGA Cash Call. That's up next. Then we're going to collect baseball memorabilia for profit. And it's River Festival time again in Salina. We'll have all that and lots more, so stay with us.